What's good, y'all? This is Deddin. I'm about to do a little breakdown of my new single, Round 2, with Deshaun Clarke. If y'all haven't checked it out, go check it out. If you have, I appreciate all the support. We just hit over 200K, so I'm very proud of this video and everything you guys have been doing for me. So I just wanted to give back a little for anybody who's curious about how we made the song or how the beat was made or anything. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm gonna play y'all a little bit of each section and then I'll break down how I went through it. So this is the intro.
Circle like a motherfucking titty. I was down, my luck always been so shitty. Now I 720 360 run the motherfucking city. I got it, what's that? I got a bad nigga. I need my jets and a brunette, give me some bad space. Used to tell myself funny I should spin around that I got red face. Fuck it, yeah I'm going back to the future, can't stay in the same place. Shit that I've been on was way ahead, we not in the same race. I'm black.
Okay, so that's the intro and the hook. So basically, the first sound I got is this little bell thingy. And that just repeats throughout the whole song. There's some parts of it where I would pause it a little bit and this and that, like here and here. But that repeats for the most part. And I got that sound from Electra X, and if you go to this bank right here, this is the name of it, Piano Candle Metro, and yeah, that's what it sounds like. This is the MIDI. It's very simple. I kept this beat very simple, like from the beginning, just so I could have different flows with the words and everything. So yeah. So that's the first sound, and then we got the 808. Very simple. As I said, I kept it simple so there's more space for us as artists to have different flows on it. Basically just one note. And then we got a little shaker. And it comes back. And then we got the hi-hats. Claps. And then what was this one? It's like a counter perks and stuff to make it a little more bouncy. So then this is with everything. And then as soon as the hook comes in, I got the kicks coming in. Circle like a motherfucking titty. I was down, my luck always been so shitty. Now I 720 360 run the motherfucking city. I got it, what's that? I got a bad nigga. And then for the second part of the hook, I got this little bell thingy, like a arpeggiator kind of bell thingy. So the way I got this was, there's a sound in Omnisphere I forgot the name of it. I'm about to load it up, but I'll just wait for this to load up. But yeah, it's a very simple beat. I didn't do too much to it, didn't add too many sounds, but I made sure that the sounds that I add are very significant in the beat and you can hear them well. So that's just all you gotta make sure of. So yeah, this is the Pluck Codeine. This is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like originally without any effects. So what I added was a little grocery on it, and half of it is halftime in a way, and then there's a halftime on it on one bar, and then I just did some EQing to take out the lows. That's what it sounds like. So also on the first sound that I showed for the effects, this is how it sounds original with just the Electro X by itself. And then I just added some EQ to it, take out some of the lows, then added some RC20, and then some Decimort to make it more a little crunchier sounding, and then the Paramedic EQ to take out the lows again so it doesn't clash with the 808s. And this is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm going back to the future, can't stay in the same place. Shit that I've been on was away ahead, we not in the same race. I'm blast out like a jet, yeah, now, what is that? Oh, that 9-9, give me 9. That 9-9, give me 9. Yeah, she call me daddy, but I was never the papa. I had to...
So here's the verse. It's basically the same thing, but I just took out the kicks so that I can make them come back later in the verse.
Sound like a jet, yeah, now, what is that? Oh, that 9-9, give me 9. That 9-9, give me 9. Yeah, she call me daddy, but I was never the papa. I had a feeling that's because I put her in her back car. She want a nigga sweep off her feet, little bitch. Better go buy a mop. Told her bitch stop. Wanna call her my phone and all, little bitch. Tryna get her my pocket, still now, little bitch. Yeah, she need a real man to come kiss her hand. So I put my dick, no problem, little bitch. Yeah, she call me daddy, but I ain't even the father. Take your little kids back to that little bitch. Swear to God, your bitches out here calling me a papa. Cause I fell in my throat with my little kids. Yo, girl. She like my yo, girl.
So like, you gotta keep in mind when you make a beat that's simple and repetitive, you have to add little subtle things for the listener to be interested throughout the whole song. So you can see there's little pauses, then another pause out here.
She like my yo girl. I think I need a DeLorean.
You know, so it's the same sounds, but there's different variations of it throughout the whole song.
She like my yo girl.
And then
I think I need a DeLorean.
There's a little love filter, fruity love filter on the beat. That just goes down on the cut knob.
Yo girl. I think I need a DeLorean. Put the gas and I'm on the ass. Did you see the money pouring in?
And it slowly comes back up. And just slowly comes back up to go back into the hook. And it's the hook again.
Voila, full circle like a motherfucking titty. I was down, my luck was feeling so shitty. Now I 720, 360, run the motherfucking city. I got it, what's that? I got a bad nigga. I need my jets and a boom man, give me some ass space. I should tell myself funny ass shit, spin around, now they got red face. Fuck em, yeah, I'm going back to the future, can't stay in the same place. Shit that I've been on was away ahead, we not in the same race. As a child, I had respect for your hoes. Can't feed the world, I would gift you rose. But at this point, even my men are feeling probably way too much.
So then this is the bridge. here I changed up the patterns so basically for the main sound I had, the bell, this was the pattern I had, and then when the bridge comes in, I switched it into this. Still in the same key, still sounds similar, but it's a little more complex so that it goes with the bass line that I wrote after it. So yeah, still the same sound, just a different kind of variation of the melody. And then we have the bass line. This is the only time the bass line comes in the track. So I used Harmless. It's a free plugin from FL Studio. It's a stock plugin. Sorry, not a free plugin, but it's a stock plugin. You can use it. And this is what it sounds like. So then on this pattern, I have a lounge lizard. Which is the Lush combo from Piano Grand's Bank. This is it. This is what it sounds like originally. This is the MIDI. And then once you put on some effects on it, like I put some fruity delay and a fab filter timeless. I just went to this preset, dropped the nails, and then I had some Grossby on it on top of that. And now this is what it sounds like. It just feels more fluent with the bridge, especially when there's no drums. It just moves better. So that's it. And then I have this little, I don't really know what to call it, like a siren kind of effect. Like a horn kind of. This would sound like by itself. Yeah, so that's for the first part of the bridge. And then for the second part, when Deshaun comes in, I added this little lead to make it more interesting. I added some pitch bends to it, so it sounds more interesting. And this is what it sounds like by them. This is all the instruments by themselves. And then right after it comes back the beat we had from before. So let me just mute the vocals so you can hear how it comes back. Oh yeah, one last thing. I also have the cutoff on the harmless automated, so that the bass is like going open and closing with the open frequency, with the high frequencies. So you'll hear it if you pay attention. See how it's opening up? This is the knob. So yeah, I have the frequency knob automated and it just moves. So this whole area of the bridge just feels like an ocean, just going up and down in waves. So the only thing that's different from here is the 808. I don't have the one note. I have a couple different patterns here, so I can show it to you guys. And then it goes back into the hook. So let me play it with the vocals. This is how it sounds like.
Yeah, it was a slime. Use up. Finish the bag, the bitches, the business. I'm finished. Tryna be a menace. Grab a few misses. Put them on my knees. I'ma feed them my tennis. Give it some kisses. I'm my bag. So after you done, I'ma give you rap. Do how I want. Do it like that. Push it to the back of your neck to come back. Baby, put it on. Let me see how you do that. Voila. Fall.
And then it's right back to the hook. Same. The hook is the same from the other one, so I haven't changed anything.
Yeah, voila, fall circle like a motherfucking titty. Yeah, I was down, my luck always been so shitty. Now I 720 360 run the motherfucking city. Yeah, I got it. What's that? I got a bad nigga. I need my jets and a boom man. Give me some mad space. I should tell myself funny, I should spin around. Now they got red face. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm going back to the future. Can't stay in the same place. Shit that I've been on was way ahead. We not in the same race.
So I don't have an outro for the track. I just ended it off. Just so when you play it back on whatever Apple Music, it can just loop. And the head nod in this whole song is so consistent that I didn't want to like put a stop to it. So it goes right back into it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the whole song. One thing I would say is, if you're gonna do simple beats, make sure at least your vocals are dragging the song and like keeping the song entertaining. So there's so many different flows that we went through throughout this whole song. I feel like that's why it's been doing good so far. So if you guys want, I can show the vocal chain a little bit on this. So I got a paramedic EQ to cut out some of the frequencies in it. So I have the paramedic EQ to cut out some of the frequencies, the bad frequencies that are ringing. I have a compressor. This is from Waves. It's the resonance compressor. Voila, fall circle like a motherfucking titty. Yeah, I was down, my luck always been so shitty. Now I 720 360 run the motherfucking city. And then I have a RVox to cut out any noise that was in the recording. And by the way, everything was recorded right here in the same studio that I'm showing y'all. So yeah. Voila, fall circle like a motherfucking titty. Yeah, I was down, my luck always. Then we got another EQ.
Voila, full circle like a motherfucking TD. I was down, my luck always been so shitty. Now I 720, 360, run the motherfucking city. I got it.
And then we got a SSL compressor. These are the settings. Make sure if you're using this compressor to take the analog off, because that just adds extra noise and you don't want that. You want your mix to sound clean, unless you want to have some noise for analog effect. But yeah, this is the settings. You guys can copy it.
Voila, full circle like a motherfucking TD. I was down, my luck always been so shitty. Now I 720.
And then I have another EQ on it to boost some of the frequencies again.
Voila, full circle like a motherfucking TD. I was down, my luck always been so shitty.
So if you're watching this and you're trying to make your vocals sound better, one advice I would give you is to like use the plugins subtly, if that makes sense. So basically, don't go crazy with like the compression within one plugin. Just use the compression subtly, and then use another compressor and then another compressor to make it sound like with different tones, and it just sounds better with my experience doing it that way. So even here, like, I'm not boosting it too much, but I'm still boosting somewhat the same frequencies within the second one.
Voila, full circle like a motherfucking TD. I was down, my luck always been so shit.
And then I have a reverb. A lot of people don't like putting reverb straight on the vocals, but at the end of the day, music is always about you feeling something and you feeling if it sounds good or not to you. So to me, it just sounds good like this. So I didn't want to put an extra bus and then run it through that, but you can always do that too to save CPU, but also it's probably going to sound a little different too if you run it through a bus rather than putting it on the actual vocal. So yeah, you guys can always experiment and do what you want with the music. So experiment and see what you like at the end of the day.
Voila, full circle like a motherfucking TD. I was down.
And then that's pretty much it on the vocal. And then on the equalizer, I have boosted again a little bit on here.
Voila, full circle like a motherfucking TD. I was down, my luck always been so shitty. Now I 720, 360, run the motherfucking city. I got it. What's that? I got a bad nigga.
So that's it for the main vocals. Now we can go to the ad-lib.
Voila, full circle like a motherfucking TD. I was down.
It's pretty much the same, but on one of the paramedic EQs, I'm cutting out until 400 frequencies and 10,000 around there.
Voila, full circle like a motherfucking TD. I was.
And then on the reverb, I boosted the decay and then the wet, so it just sounds a lot more reverby and spaced out.
Voila, full circle like a. Yeah. Always feeling so shitty. Now I 720, 360, run the motherfucking city. I got it. What's that? I got a bad nigga. I need my jets and a brunette.
So yeah, that's the ad-libs. The rest is pretty much the same.
Full circle like a motherfucking TD. I was down, my luck always been so shitty. Now I 720, 360, run the motherfucking city. I got it.
And then on the bridge part,
Was away your head, we not in the same race. As a child, I had respect for yours.
I did these little background vocals. I'll play it solo.
As a child, I had respect for yours. Give it, but I did way too much to give to you. Used to ask how I me, but I get it now. Had to go to dance now. I be thinking highly. Bros wanna come back round soon as you get more checks than I. She want it like that.
So yeah, those are the background vocals. I just basically copy and pasted the same settings from the ad-libs, but then I just panned them left and right a little bit, just so it's a little more spaced out and not clashing with everything I got here in the bridge. So just to make it feel a little more spaced out.
You said call me, but I gotta now to go to dance now. I be thinking I me. Bros wanna come back round soon as you get more checks than I. She wanted my hands on mine, I was alive. Love when her hands on mine, I want mine. I even gave you minutes, but you threw all the clock, and now you was asking for my time. Yeah, you was a slime. You saw finish the bag, the bitches, the business. I'm finished, tryna be a menace. Grab a few misses, put them on the knees. I'ma feed them my dentist. Give it some kisses, I'm my bag. So after you done, I'ma give you rest. Do how I want, do it like that. Push it to the back of your neck, then come back. Baby, put it well, let me see how you do that. Voila, full circle like a motherfucking titty. I was down, my luck, I was feeling so shitty. Now I 720.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of people ask me how I make things sound so clean. And honestly, I keep telling them there's no real like secret. It's just like having good sound selection and just making sure everything's leveled right and that it's not just cutting into the same frequencies. So you don't need to do a whole lot of EQing and compressing and then this and that. You just need to make sure that everything is in its place and it's not clashing with the next instrument.
As a child, I respect.
And I feel like I did that with this beat. So even on my master, there's literally nothing other than an EQ, and it's just boosting it again a little bit, just so it sounds a little more brighter. But other than that, I don't do anything else to my masters. I don't add in no compressor. Sometimes I go in with isotope ozone to make things a little more defined if I need to, but that's not a case where I always do it. So just make sure you use your ears every time you're making music, because at the end of the day, it's music. Like you can't always follow a rule book to make this shit, because there's no rules to it. So one last time I'm gonna play through the whole track, and then that's pretty much it. This is the final product.
Circle like a motherfucking titty. I was down, my luck, I was feeling so shitty. Now I 720, 360, run the motherfucking city. Yeah, I got it. What's that? I got a bad nigga. I need my jets and a brunette. Give me some head space. I should tell myself funny, I should spin around, now I got red face. Fuck it, yeah, I'm going back to the future, can't stay in the same place. Shit that I've been on was a way ahead, we not in the same race. I'm blast out like a jet, yeah, now. What is that? Oh, that nah, give me that. That nah, give me that. Yeah, she call me daddy, but I was never the papa. I had a feeling that's because I put her in a box. She want a nigga sweep off her feet, little bitch. Better go buy a mop. Call a bitch stop. I'm calling my phone and all, little bitch. Trying to get in my pocket and all, little bitch. So she need a real man to come kiss her hand. So I put my dick, no problem, little bitch. Yeah, she call me daddy, but I ain't even the father. I take your little kids back to that little bitch. Swear to God, your bitches out here calling me a papa. Cause I feel the mouth of all my little kids. Yo, girl. She like my yo, girl. I think I need a DeLorean. Whip the gas, send them on the ass. Did you see the money pouring in? I play them bitches like accordions. Me, my voila, full circle like a motherfucking titty. I was down, my luck, I was feeling so shitty. Now I 720, 360, run the motherfucking city. Yeah, I got it. What's that? I got a bad nigga. I need my jets and a brunette. Give me some head space. I should tell myself funny, I should spin around, now I got red face. Fuck it, yeah, I'm going back to the future, can't stay in the same place. Shit that I've been on was a way ahead, we not in the same race. As a child, I had respect for you hoes. Give you the world, I would gift you a rose. But at this point, even my man, I feel my body way too much to gift you hoes. You say it's not like me, but I get them now, have to go for dance now, I'll be thinking I need. Bros wanna come back round soon as you get more checks than I. She wanted my hands on mine, I was alive. Love when her hands on mine, I want mine. I even gave you minutes, but you threw on the clock, and now you was asking for my time. Yeah, it was a slime. You saw finish the bag, the bitch bitches, the business, I'm finished. Tryna be a menace, grab a few misses. Put them on knees, I'ma feed them my tennis. Give it some kisses, I'm my bad. So after you done, I'ma give you rest. Do how I want, do like that. Push it to the back of your neck to come back. Baby, put it on, let me see how you do that. Voila, full circle like a motherfucking titty. I was down, my luck, I was feeling so shitty. Now I 720, 360, run the motherfucking city. Yeah, I got it, what's that? I got a bad nigga. I need my jets, and a brunette, give me some bad space. I should tell myself on the ocean, spin around, now I got red face. Fuck em, yeah, I'm going back to the future, can't stay in the same place. Shit that I've been on was a way ahead, we not in the same race.
Yeah, that's the track, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope I inspired you to make some new music. Or if you're just curious about how I made the video, I hope this explained it. Or how I made the song, I hope this explained it. But that's pretty much it. Make sure you keep it simple at all times, because not everybody is like so into this theoretical shit. Just make sure you're making music that people can enjoy. And also, for you producers and engineers out there, if this video gets 500 likes, I'll drop the sounds that I used in this track. So let me know if you guys still want it or not. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoy your day, and peace.